Hi, this is Jen, and we're going to talk about our experiences with the B12. We started the shots in October, and it took a good 4 weeks. In fact, we really thought, well, maybe she's not a responder. During the 4th week, the thing that I noticed first was her sleeping patterns. What happened was Jen went for an overnight, and you called or we talked, and I said she didn't have her melatonin. She's been taking melatonin for about 5 or 6 years to help her sleep. If she doesn't have her melatonin, she will lay awake at night for long periods of time. So I said, oh, I'm sorry you forgot your melatonin. I'll call up to a drugstore and see if we can find some melatonin. And you said, don't worry about it. I went to an overnight 2 weeks ago, and I slept through the night with no melatonin. So that shocked me, because that had never happened before. And you went through that night, too, without melatonin, slept through the night. Now, she still has sleep disturbances now and then, but that was major in my mind. That was the first sign that she was a responder. So what do you have to say about the way you felt afterwards, after you started taking the shots?
My brain fog was going away.
So before the shots, you felt some brain fog.
A lot of it.
And what does that feel like? What did that brain fog feel like?
Well, I couldn't remember stuff, couldn't think, and whenever I had to put my brain to use, it hurt.
So in school, it was really difficult to, pay attention and to understand what the teacher was saying?
Well, mostly in books.
In books, okay. And then after the shots, what did you notice?
I was remembering stuff. And that brain fog was going away, my head doesn't hurt.
The brain fog was going away, went away. And what would you say about your grades?
They're going up.
Yeah. So Jenny's always been a hard worker. It's always been important for her to do well in school. But I think it became easier for you, right? Mm-hmm. I know it became easier for me to help to study with you, because I did also notice she was remembering things much more easily. Things seemed to become more easy.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, before the brain fog, I was remembering unimportant stuff and not details in what I was reading.
And now?
Now I remember what I read, and I was doing better in tellbacks.
So we should also point out that Jen's been getting some support in reading through an outside program, but we both feel as though she's really, everything is just easier because no brain fog, right, as you call it. Let me think, what else were we going to talk about? One interesting thing that happened was that, especially at the beginning, Jen would ask for her shots. Why was that important to you?
Because I wanted to feel better, and I still felt brain fog.
Okay.
I thought I was going to have an attitude change.
Well, so you wanted to feel better. Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
We're on the one dose that I give her, usually 3 or 4 of, depending on if we've missed a couple of days. And you're agreeable to it. We put the numbing cream on. The shots are painless, unless I miss where the numbing cream was. But you don't mind them, right?
Well, I do mind it when it hurts.
Yeah, but when it doesn't hurt, it's fine, right? Okay. We should point out, we said that Jen started her shots in October, and she went through probably about mid-December, when we noticed that they were painless up until mid-December, and then they started becoming painful. And we tried switching out the numbing cream. We did all sorts of things, and long story short, this was the bad batch. We got a bad batch, and we were discouraged. We didn't know what to do. Turns out we should have called the doctor right away. We called the pharmacy. They were in a little bit of denial, but nevertheless, it was part of the bad batch, all right? And I can tell you, because I injected myself, and it felt like acid going in. It was really very unpleasant. So we got a new batch, and then it went back to painless, right? So now that we know what happened, yeah, we were discouraged, but we're very happy that the new batches are painless, and we moved on. During that time, I was very worried about, you getting brain fog again, but your brain fog didn't come back, even though I think we were at least 3 weeks without a shot, possibly 4. Your brain fog didn't come back, and now we're back to regular shots, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's still willing to do the shots now that we've got that problem behind us, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but just suppose they did. Suppose they said, wow, you had brain fog and you don't have brain fog anymore?
I don't have it.
Yeah, so what would you tell them?
Dr. Neubrander can clear that up. He can help.
And would you suggest that they do that?
Yeah, probably, since I know that Dr. Neubrander is like the only person that I know who can help.
How long after you take the shots before your mind starts being less foggy?
Well, it does it over time.
Okay.
And I don't know how long it takes, but it takes a long time without notice.
It took about a month or 6 weeks for you to be able to say that the brain fog was clearing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was just clearing little by little.
Yeah. And
is it still clearing even now?
If I continue to take the shots, which I am, I still haven't seen any new changes.
Since when?
Since my brain fog was all gone.
Since like October?
Yeah.
But I'll comment that, I have, since the bad batch, we got her back on track probably in the middle of January, what I've seen is things like situations that you might have been in a year ago and struggled with more. Things are coming easier to you. So subtle things, but good things. I think there's certain situations where you feel more confident in, like when we went and did this weekend when we went and did the car racing and stuff.
Yeah.
You were just very confident. You got in there.
I was not. Yeah. Well, I was not. I was not nervous to do it.
I know.
I mean, the last time.
Well, but situations that you might have had trouble with or struggled with a little bit or been a little bit afraid of, you're less. I just noticed that in contrast, things move much more smoothly. There's not so much resistance. There's not so much. You don't say, I can't do things as much as you used to.
Confidence is improved.
I think so.
A tiny bit. Well, you asked people in this house what they thought.
That's true. After the first round of, when we had to do all the scoring, and I really wasn't sure. I didn't really overtly see anything. But I went around and asked everybody in our house, did they see any changes? And your brother and sister said that you were nice to them for no reason, gave them hugs for no reason. And generally her manner was just much more calm, and you were much more agreeable. Now, she's also a teenager, so that goes up and down, right? Mm-hmm. Can't cure everything with the shots, but we did notice that that was significant. Now, again, that goes up and down depending on the day.
Yeah, well, you guys still make me crazy.
Well, there you go. So, but we did notice that. Again, I'd say the biggest things are the brain fog. Her grades really went up. I think it became far easier for her to study in school. Things just came easier to her.
Yes,
Started remembering things a lot better.
Yeah, because I had a quiz yesterday, and I did less studying the day before, and that was the only night that I studied. I was doing it for about half an hour, and I remembered everything.
Yeah, she's gone into tests before, and this would have never happened at the beginning of the year. Some of the stuff is hard, and she just started acing tests, and she would tell me, "Mom, I don't need to study anymore, I've got it." And she does, she's got it. So, and that makes you happy, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my science teacher also said, pointed out things that she noticed before, and she told me that's different from now.
You're kidding. What did she say?
She said that I looked like I was anxious while I was doing my work.
Oh.
I think she might have thought that I was trying not to get it wrong, trying so hard.
And now she says you're a lot less anxious?
Mm-hmm.
And she really does have a much better command on this stuff.
Yeah, well, she said that my grades are starting to go up.
Mm-hmm. And how about being anxious? Are you anxious a lot less?
Yeah. Well, not a lot less, but less.
Less. Okay. Well, even that would help, right?
Yeah.
I would say, given your gains, the fact you are cooperative. I mean, we can't do this in your sleep. You're too big.
Yeah, and you might, and you may not be good at sneaking up on me, putting on numbing cream, applying this thing.
Yeah, I can't even do it in with all the lights on. Forget it when the lights are off.
Yeah. And besides, I like my room dark.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you won't be able to see a thing. And if you try to shine a flashlight in there, nice try, I would wake up.
Yeah, you would. You'd wake up.
Light sleeper.
So, given that, we're all in agreement that we want to continue on because, she has had some really nice gains that we couldn't. I don't know how we could have achieved these gains any other way, and so we're going to stick with the program and see what see where it takes us. But we're very encouraged.